Hmm. All right. Uh, Good morning.
Morning.
Yes. I have the honor of sitting with one of my most favorite people I have ever worked with. And she's been so gracious to give permission for testimony. And so we're sitting together. And I want to just introduce Joan and start with a thank you. So Joan has two roles with me in total. One is we had the honor of working together in person with ketamine infusion therapy specifically. And then Joan also attended Becoming Psychedelic as my initial live course. And that's what we're here today and supporting. So thank you, Joan, for being here. And if you want to just share a little bit about you and what you had done previously and kind of how we met each other or how you came into my awareness.
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm Joan. I'm an 84-year-old woman. My career was in education. I retired in 2003. So I have enjoyed the past 20 some years being retired. I will say that ever since I was 32 years old, I've been following a spiritual path
Mm.
that has involved many different things, meditation, all kinds of courses. Um, that's just been my main focus in my life. It's been the most important part of my life. Um, about a year and a half ago, I had a friend who was extremely anxious and because of the health diagnosis she'd received, and she heard about ketamine and how that might help her anxiety. And um, she shared that it was really, really helping her. And she gave me the website, that was your website,
Mm.
and I checked it out and I read all of the testimonies about what it did for anxiety, PTSD. And while I didn't feel that I had either of those things going on, I have had pretty severe insomnia for over 20 years. And so I decided that maybe it might be a good idea to check into this and maybe ketamine might help me with my insomnia.
Yeah.
So that's how we became connected.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And when I was building the course, when I was building Becoming Psychedelic, the important thing for me was to really be able to teach those who have either worked with the medicine and completed a series of infusions, and also for those who are curious about working with ketamine and psychedelics in general, and how to truly integrate from the wisdom keeping of the years that I've been working with ketamine and psychedelics over the last almost decade. And so one, and something I see you have here, you did work with a series of 6 infusions.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And you had a really special approach to it in the sense that you really were sitting with the medicine almost once a month
Mm-hmm.
and took some space in between,
Mm-hmm.
which is important. And we make mention of that in the course, staying on our own timeline and how important it is to integrate the information that the medicine shows us before, we drop in again,
Yes.
which isn't the case for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so really, what was the motivation for taking Becoming Psychedelic and being in this initial cohort with the course?
Well, my experience with the ketamine was beyond what I even imagined would happen. I kind of thought that there might be, during a session, there might be some trauma in my life that would come up for me to look at and maybe heal, but none of that happened. Um, from the very first session, I found myself going to a place that I had never been at a very, very high level of consciousness
Mm.
where I felt a measure of freedom and joy and fearlessness that I had never experienced in my life. It was so profound, and it kind of confirmed all of the things that I have learned on my metaphysical spiritual path. So it was just such a gift for me.
Mm.
So when I found out about the course, I thought, wow, I'd like to know more. I also have friends that have experienced different psychedelics and have shared their experiences with me. So I've been wanting to expand my knowledge about psychedelics and find out what more they can do, whether I should experiment more, maybe they can help me. I thought it would be really great to do it in a class with other people that had experienced ketamine and other psychedelics, and be able to share about that. I also wanted to discuss the science behind the psychedelics. That was really important to me. So those are just some of the things that motivated me to take it, along with wishing to support you.
Mm. I
So,
greatly appreciate that. My vision when we were first building was to be able to have a really diverse cohort. And so, for those who had already worked with the medicine, for those who are curious, and to bring wisdom based off of how much time you've been on earth and the wisdom that you bring, so that you're able to help just really bring more information out of me. And so I'm really grateful for that. Yeah.
yeah.
And so if you can, what was one of the things that really came up for you during the course, or what did the course help you with, if you can put that into tangible words for
Well,
us?
I think it was really interesting to hear some of the other participants share their experiences. Some of them have had extreme stress in their lives and shared their stories. And I've been able to connect with one of those outside the class and find out, what his path has been and the kind of transformation he's had. And, always finding out about other people's transformation expands my own transformation,
Yeah.
and gives that much more validity to my own. So that I was looking forward to that. And so I got a lot of satisfaction out of that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I also liked that you brought in higher states of consciousness, that you brought in this whole field of growing in higher consciousness. I mean, a lot of courses don't do this. And
Yeah.
so it was everything about this course is very expanding. And I really appreciated that.
Mm. I appreciate you making mention of that, because that was my vision, is not only the science behind it and answering a lot of those questions that I've been answering over having my own private practice for so long, but then also bringing in the wisdom of the dimensionality and what that looks like for our consciousness when we're in lower vibrational states, and really making it tangible for when we go into these higher states of consciousness through the work with psychedelics, and how to really make sense of it when we come back to Earth, essentially, or this 3D reality.
Right.
So I'm really appreciative that that made sense and that it was a benefit to you.
It was most definitely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to share for those who are curious about joining the course, or really being able to start working with psychedelics?
There's one more thing I would say for people that are thinking about taking this course. It's that it's a very safe, sacred space.
Mhm.
And I appreciated that part of it because you're sharing parts of yourself that you wouldn't share with the outside world.
Yeah.
So it's a very intimate type of space. And I appreciated that. And I loved the people that shared. I felt a connection with all of them. So
Yeah.
that part was really great too. It's a good course. It really is a good course, and I'm so glad I took
Thank you.
it.
I really appreciate you.